Good evening, all. Welcome to my Arabi. Al-Arabi. Don't know exactly how you would pronounce it. I would imagine Arabi. Al-Arabi save, which we're currently in the country of Jordan, and we are in the second flight. We have been running a journeyman save, which, if I were to show you my career, my history. So we started off the save at Sec United, who were in League 3 at the time of the country of Laos, and we managed to take them first season into the next division by winning the league. It's the only way you get promoted is by winning the league. So we did get promoted, and I was recognised the following season by Luang Prabang, who actually won the league. Then I took them over, the top division this is, and when we were there, they had had a real downturn in fortunes. So I took over them, and they had 5 players and a load of 16-year-olds, and that was it. And so we had to try and rebuild something, and we just about managed to survive the first season. We finished 7th out of 8 and won the relegation playoff. And then on the following season, we finished last, but it was really an annoying season because I was actually in a position with 5 games to go. Bear in mind, there's only 14 games in a season. Yeah, I had to do my maths for a minute. 14 games in a season, and we basically we were 2 points off the lead with 5 games to go. And then somehow we managed to lose all 5 and get relegated. It was ridiculous how we were getting notifications about a title race, and then all of a sudden we were gone. We were out of there, man. Anyway, so that was done. Then we left. We didn't get sacked because the one thing that I'll be honest with you is that this team we're predicted to get relegated both years. So the fact that I got relegated was not all bad from me. It was more to do, as much to do with how bad the team was, really. And so I'm not taking all of the blame with that. So then we moved to BCH Lions in the Premier League in Mongolia. And I've got to be honest, this was the best club that I have managed in years on Football Manager. And I was having an absolute blast there, but because it's a journeyman save, I couldn't stay. The first year we finished 6th out of 10. There were 18 games in a season, but 6th was good again. Expected to get relegated, but we got that position, and it was more to do with a tactic that began to work in the second half of the season, which was a strikerless tactic, and we won our last four or five games in a row, which helped to keep us up. Then we came to the second season, and we won the league quite comfortably. I think we got 44 points, and the nearest team to us had 33 points. So it was quite a comfortable win. Then we came to the final season. We won the Super Cup in the first game of the season. These awards, by the way, are Manager of the Year. Then we won, as well as the Super Cup, we won the league again. This time getting 50 points. Now, bear in mind that the maximum points you can get in an 18-match season is 54. So you can see that we lost one game and we drew one game. So it was a really impressive performance. So, and I meant 56, not 54. But you knew that, didn't you? So, but yeah, so I think we did really, really well at that club. Again, both times we were 150 to 1 to win the league in the first season and 100 to 1 in the second season. So we did overcome massive odds to win that league. Finally, we decided to move at the end of that season. We could have stayed on, played in the Asian Challenge League, which is, I suppose, the equivalent of the Champions League. But because all the clubs are pretty much amateur in Mongolia, we were never going to stand a chance there. So we decided to make the move, and Al-Arabi was the best of 6 teams that came in for me after I handed in my notice with BCH Lions. And I couldn't get anybody to take me on before, but as soon as I resigned, I was able to get 6 job interviews. That's what I was looking for. The word I was looking for. So we took these interviews. We got offered all 6 jobs, and Al-Arabi was probably the best. They are a professional team. They are obviously in the Middle East region, so we're no longer just in Asia now. We've branched out to the Middle East, and they haven't really done too much in terms of win. They've won 2 major honours in the Jordan FA Cup, and the highest league position is 3rd in the Pro League, which I believe is the league above where we are. So they have sort of like had a 3rd place, but they're now residing in the 2nd division of that, which is Division 1. So if you look at the team that we have, if I just put you on to, well, general information tells the abilities. So if we look at our best players, we have quite a few good players, don't get me wrong. I think this is a pretty strong team. We've got to finish top half of the table. The way things are going, I don't see any danger in that at all. In fact, we could be on for a very good season. And so we've got a good goalkeeper who, unfortunately, I think wants to leave us. So it's highly unlikely we'll be able to sign him. For he'll go on a free at the end of this season, is it? Oh no, it's the end of next season. So at least we've got him that long. Al-Abri is a good right winger. He's actually one of the few players that I've signed. I didn't sign many. I'll quickly go through that with you before we move on to the next match. Al-Khatib is a good defensive midfielder, deep line playmaker, as you can see. And this guy is coming back from injury. He is a great defender, and the only thing I'd say with him is he's not very tall. but his tackling, his marking's good, his heading's good, his jumping reach is good for this level. So he's just short of 6 foot, so it's not the end of the world. We'll we'll move on to the next guy. We've got Aquaman. Not actually his name, but it was something like that. So I thought it was the name that we'd give him. Makes it easier to say. But he's got good pace, finishing, first touch heading, and he's actually 6'1", which is quite good. Probably at the worst you're at the same height as most defenders. Then I wanted to come down to just mention this guy because he's our right back, but he's pretty good as well on loan, but he is only on loan. I'm not sure if we have I think we had an option to buy, but I might be wrong. That might have been the goalkeeper that we've got on loan, who is just a reserve goalkeeper. We got a nice 3-star attacking midfielder who is sort of like borderline good with a lot of his stats, but he is injured at the moment, so we've lost him for quite some time. He's still out for another 3 weeks, and he's been missing for a few weeks as well. But he's 17 and has a good future ahead of him. But the most exciting one for me, if I can find him, is this guy here. Badman Yambuglin Purev. And the reason for that is because this guy came with me from BCH Lions, and he's come in and he's played 2 starts in the league and got a goal, and 1 start in the cup and got 2 goals. 4 substitute appearances as well, but most of them, they have been sort of like the last 10, 15 minutes, so not too much of a disgrace that he hasn't scored in them. But his overall, he's had 3 starts, he's got an average of 7.42. He's 19 years old, got plenty of time to improve, but to me, it doesn't say he's got massively outstanding off the ball, but his runs are absolutely fantastic. Seems to break the defensive line very regularly and has reasonable composure, so he's able to slot the ball home. But him, and one other player who is to come in the future are the ones who have been the sort of like biggest improvement in our. I think I just wanted to look if I have a transfer history. I don't. Bit annoying. I think there might not actually be a shortcut for transfer history. So these are the players who I brought in. No Flow actually was brought in before I started, and he's had a very good start. 7 appearances. He's another one who's quite tall, but coming in as an inside forward, he's proving quite useful. Again, 10 heading, so he's quite good. Obviously, Purev we've just spoken about. Mansour is the lone player. Al-Abri, the winger that I showed you. Al-Harani was signed before me, was he? Or did I sign him? Who's Al-Harani? A defensive midfielder. I think he was just a sort of like extra guy that I signed just to bolster the numbers in midfield. Alia, another free agent who we've signed again, just bolstering the midfield. And Abu Hazim, Saif Abu Hazim, is that lone goalkeeper that we got, who is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. He could easily take over if we lost the other guy. But obviously we've only got him till the end of the season. So that's the transfer history in. Did we have some transfer history? Oh, I just clicked off it, didn't I? Didn't want to do that. I'm looking at career now. It's a good job I know what I'm doing in this game, isn't it? Right, there we go. Transfer history. Why have I got that stuck on the screen? Go away. So this was obviously 3 transfers made before I went out. This guy's just on loan, so we will see him again, which is good because he is reasonable and a little bit slow. I mean, his physicals are pretty poor, actually. For a 32-year-old, that's not impressive. But this guy's gone to Al Hussein, and again a player who looked pretty good. And the final one is Sadeh. Sadeh. And Sadeh is 11 pace, good technique and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say he was massively special, but wasn't me who sold him. He was gone before I got here. So not really anything to mention about the players who went out. So let's look at in terms of the league. Where are we? We are top after 7 games. We've got 17 points, just 2 draws, still unbeaten, and doing very well. And we've actually got a reasonably easy run, if we're honest, in terms of the fixtures. So if we look at if we go to Portal, and we look at the upcoming fixtures, Shabab Al Aqaba are 9th out of 14. Then we've got Asaya, who are 13th out of 14. Al Carmel, who are 11th out of 14, and I'll talk about them again in a sec. And then Dokara, who are 6th out of the 14. Already 4 points behind us at this moment in time. So you would hope at least 3 wins in these upcoming fixtures. But I just wanted to mention that Al Carmel, because we played them twice already. When I was testing out my tactic, we beat them 7-0 and 8-1. We have been winning some fairly comfortable games recently, 3-0, 4-0, 4-1 and 4-1. So at the moment, the tactic's looking fantastic. Whether it's going to change when we play bigger, more difficult teams, I don't know. But at the moment, it's looking good. And if we look at what we're playing, so in possession, it's a strikerless with 2 inside forwards and an attacking midfielder. One midfielder who's trying to find the channels, and one midfielder who is probably a little bit more creative and defensive. Then we've got a deep lying playmaker in Al Khateem who loves to spray these balls over the top and stuff like that. 2 wing backs bombing down the wing. When we're out of possession, Al Khateem will drop into the defence. I have Horizon. I hope you are well. When we've lost the ball, Alya will drop back and be a pressing defensive midfielder. We've got a pressing central midfielder, and Al Khateem drops back and helps out the centre backs. That is the plan with that. And we will press with the 2 fullbacks and trap back with the 2 wingers. So just leave him Porev or whoever is in that role as the attacking midfielder as the out ball should we be struggling. That is the tactics, and they, like I say, they're working exceptionally well. The top of the league as we move towards the next game. So let's just get through these messages and we'll get some football going. So just make that chat somewhat bigger. I appreciate you coming back again, HSB Horizon. So Al Kawalda, 33 years old, 11 pace, but not particularly great at much else apart from tackling. I would suggest he's not going to be staying in the team if our guys fit enough to play. He is definitely coming back into the team. So we've got No Flow is still injured a little bit. Mohammed is going onto the bench. I like Mohammed. He's only 2.5 silver star, but he's got one stat that you can't train, as a famous YouTuber once said, and that is he is 6'5" and he's only 16 years old. So by the time he's 20, he could be 7 foot tall. He is enormous. Whether he's stopped growing or not, I don't know, but he is a big boy. And so he will eventually become good. He's very slow. Don't get me wrong. I recognise that he lacks a bit in that area. And one thing he's not very good at is work rate. He's a little bit lazy. But we're going to have to try and train that out of him. In fact, while we're here, let's just quickly do that. Individual training, attributes. I think it would come under endurance, wouldn't it? So we'll go with that one anyway. So just be nice and encouraging to them today. This is a game again that I would expect us to win if we're going to realistically be one of the protagonists for promotion. There's 2 automatic promotion spots, and I believe that is it. There's no playoffs or anything like that, unless I'm reading it wrong. But certainly, if we can get promoted in the first season, that will go major steps to us being a quite useful team in this country. So here's Purev. Sends the ball out to Al-Abri, who charges into the box. And that's a great start. Less than 4 minutes gone. And Mohamed Al-Abri has slotted the ball home. An assist for Purev. Happy days. And that is realistically what we've been aiming to do with this tactic, is having Purev, who, if I pause there and just get him highlighted, Purev is the creator within the team. Notwithstanding, we have a deep line playmaker and a pretty good midfielder in Bani Yassim, who are also very good at creating. 2 guys who are running in from the wing, who are quite tall, pretty fast, and pretty good at finishing. And then we've got Purev, obviously can be making those runs as well. And then we've got even on the far wide, as we miss another good chance. On the far wide, we've got the wing backs who are going to swing the ball to the back post and hopefully pick out one of the inside forwards running in. So there's plenty of bows to our attack, and we can break teams down with any one of them. I have noticed that we're sort of pretty even with terms of the game, so I'll drop to balanced as Bani Yassin get it right. Purev. And Purev scored. Badman Yambugi. Purev. That is our main striker. Come with us from BCH Lions. Shouldn't realistically be good enough for this league, but he's doing the stuff. Found himself in a lot of space there. Lovely left-footed shot against the post. And in. So we also have Gambak coming with us from the Lions. If you haven't watched the streams from the Lions, I recommend you go to my YouTube channel and check them out. It's Stevie C 8566. And yeah, there's loads of streams on there from the different Football Manager content that I do. So Al-Abri, Purev, dispossessed and playing it around. Go back to the keeper. Brings it out to the wing to Abu Shaban, who sends a long ball forward. It's a great ball forward, and Mahmoud is through. And straight at the keeper, Sokhan. You have to get it in a good place to beat Sokhan. He's a good keeper. Al-Rawabadah Rawab. Rawabda. That's it, yeah. I still need to practice some of these names. Need to get my Arabic just perfect because it's not quite there yet. Okay, so a nice first half. Not too many frights, but they have been in the game. So I'll just say we're doing brilliantly. Keep going. But I do want to try and get our big guy in to the game. So I'm going to go to our second tactic. Not sure why that is like that. It should be there. So outlet. So not sure why that is. I'll have to double check that when I go back. Well, we're not going to take Purev off. We'll take Alya off and put Purev there. Don't worry about that. We'll solve that issue there. There we go. So they should be happy now. Yeah. So that's how we want that. And come on, big boy, where are you? 16-year-old. Lazy as they come. But we'll give him a go for the second half. Not 100% sure this is a good idea, but we'll give it a go. And he's a guy... No. Where is he? Oh, wait. There's this bug, isn't there, with it, that you make a sub at half-time. Doesn't take effect for some minutes. There you go. It's taken effect now. So when we next get a highlight, we'll be able to highlight Mohamed and see how he does. But he is a very slow, very lazy striker. We're going to have to train some pace into him. So there he is, isn't he? Yep. Q Mohamed holds up the ball, plays it to Purev. Aquaman, so his movement is like non-existent. We are still going to be dependent on our left and right inside forwards with Mohamed there, because his biggest usefulness in front of goal is going to be getting on the end of corners. He's not even reached the box usually by the time the ball's crossed in. So we're going for a long ball forward, which Purev gives to Aquaman. Mohamed's on his bike, but oh, we've lost it now. This is a dangerous attack. We are very outnumbered. We have got back reasonably quickly, but the cross comes in and it's well won. And what a save that was. That was sensational from the goalkeeper. If we'd have conceded a goal too soon into this half, I had been really worried. So Mansour is not having the best of games and Alberto's not having the best of games. So we're going to replace one of them. Let's go with Mansour. I think. Don't think he's been good enough in this game. So you do only get 3 subs, so I have to be a little bit cautious. Maybe with 10 minutes to go, we'd consider swapping the other left back. But we do have the centre back, of course, coming back from injury, and I think it might make more sense to replace him. I just want to see who is the most logical replacement of the two, and it is probably the 19-year-old Hassan Ahmed. So I think we'll go with him to replace our best centre-back, mainly because we don't want him getting injured again. Better to lose him for 10 minutes than 10 games. That's what I say. So the rest of the guys know they're here till the bitter end, and it looks like we've kept them pretty quiet. There is a highlight as we come to the end. Is it going to be a squeaky bum finish, or are we going to be home and hosed? They're passing it around on the wing. Salah has done his man. Swings in the cross. Well cleared, but it's not. It's come back in, and Sokhan makes a save, and we're still got the 2-0 advantage. So it's not been as comfortable a win as I would have liked, but it does appear like we are going to win. And that's the end of the game. So another win, which will see us strengthen our position at the top. Can't complain. That's exactly what we want, isn't it? So we're actually 3 points clear at the top now, having played the same as most of the teams. And nobody who's played less can get any nearer to us. So we've got a 3-point head start on the bigger teams. Next we come to Asaya, and then it's the game that I've been waiting for. I'm just hopeful that we can do in the league what we did in the friendlies, because that would be awesome. So I've made it 5 straight wins, which is pretty impressive. Hopefully we can keep that run going a little bit longer. Put some distance between us and third place is really what we've got to hope to be achieving today. I think we're obviously not going to finish the season today. So our target has really got to be to get as many points clear as we can of third place. What we could do is look at the rules for the league, because that's something that I've not particularly overstudied. So yeah, so if you finish second, you get promoted to the Pro League, and you don't lose out on that much prize money. In truth, so top two has got to be our target for the season if we're going to get promoted. My target, obviously, as I've been given by the board, is to finish 7th and above, top half of the table. So just having a look, 3 subs with a maximum of 7 named. No trialists. Players cannot play competitive matches for more than 2 clubs. Squad registration, maximum of 3 foreigners, maximum of 0 foreign goalkeepers. So your goalkeeper must be Lebanese, must be Jordanian. Forgot what country I was playing in then. Um, One match ban for every red card. The following also may be added for specified offences. 1 match is minor. 2 matches is violent conduct, 5 matches for extreme, and 12 matches for 12 matches, whatever that means. Transfer window is the 27th of June till the 20th of August, and the 14th of January till the 13th of February. So you get a bit longer here than you did in Mongolia. And I think they seem in more sensible times of the season as well. So that's helpful. Free agents may be signed in a free transfer window provided they were released before the end of the last full transfer window. Wage rules. Minimum wage for full-time players is £65 per week. And that's really it for the rules. Well, yeah, 26 games in total for the season. I think this is a league that very much has some really good teams near the top, and then a large, probably 7 or 8 that are really bad. I think there's a good player missing, and I can't see him, so I think he must be in the under 21s. And if he is, he may be getting promoted, mainly because of his name. Kawamla. Yeah, I think he did okay in the. If you look at his mentals, they are fantastic. I think we might bring him into the first team. Maybe not play him straight away. He might not be that good. Pamela Harris is what we want to know him as. And who do we replace? Probably him. So let's have a look at the squad. We're going to keep the same team if everybody's fit, because they did well enough last time to warrant that other game. And the guys who are capable of coming into the team are not really fit enough. So I think that's how we stay. The only thing I might do is put Qualder back on the bench. So we are at home, and it is another team who are down in the lower regions of the league. So you would expect us to win. And I'm going to be that little bit more demanding of them. I don't know if that's a good idea, but we'll still be encouraging as well. So off we go. In the game before, the one that I've been looking forward to the most. Come on. So we are, of course, a team in white. White with red socks. Our nickname should be the Red Sox. I don't actually know what the nickname is for Al-Abri. I should check that out at some point. Could even be the Red Sox. So 15 minutes in and no sign of any highlights. Drops to balance, and we instantly get a highlight. Is it for us or is it for them? Good header from Rawabla. Purev gives it to Khatib. Khatib waiting for Purev to get into position before he sprays that ball in. Yassin finds Al-Abri, great ball through, and Al-Abri has once again set us on the road to victory. Once again, Yassin is a provider. I think Purev was a provider for Absi last time, but Yassin has been a superb player for us so far this season. Only 17 as well. We've tied him down to a 4-year contract, so he's sticking around for quite some time. Whether we stick around for quite some time is another question, because obviously we are on a journeyman save. If a better offer comes along from another country, we'll definitely be considering it. $35 gone. Everybody seems healthy and fit. Highlights are at a premium. I would say ultimately that's quite disappointing that we've had 11 shots and we've only scored the 1 goal, although we're probably running 2 XG. We could definitely find another gear, is what I'm going to say. And in the tactics, I just want to start the second half very aggressively. I want them to get at them. So we'll give it 10-15 minutes, see if being aggressive works, and then we'll drop it back, because we don't want to be aggressive for too long. We do have a highlight in the 50th minute with Al-Khatib coming back to Roabda. Plays it to Yassine. Yassine to Al-Abri. Al-Abri slots it home. And this time, Purev does get the assist again. And I'm not totally sure exactly how he did it, but he put through a nice ball for Al-Abri. Yeah, if you look at that, it was good swift movement. First time pass. Al-Abri was through and was very composed with his finish. So we'll definitely take that. That is 2-0. And we don't need to be overly attacking now, so we'll just go to positive. As Aquaman. They have lost the ball, so they will have to be a little bit careful here. Shady Fat. Plays a long ball forward, which Albeita had plenty of time to deal with and didn't deal with it properly. So we're actually quite lucky not to concede there. So another highlight. The highlights are beginning to flow now, aren't they? We're 2-0 up. Their goalkeeper launches it long. Well won header by their attacker, and now he's put through. Tiabat, unlucky there. I am tempted just to drop to cautious, not just to quell any sort of like ideas they've got of doing well, but also to try and make us a little bit more solid in our passing and stuff. So they're not using a very attacking formation. That is one thing worth noting. As we enter into the 72nd minute, I think it's time to bring on a couple of subs. Based on tiredness, Aquaman is going to come off. And Mijali will have to come on. He's not really one for that side, but I'm sure he'll be fine. And then we've got Rawabla has been tired, so we'll bring him off. And Kawalda will come on in his place. Still got one substitution in the bag. So if we do find that somebody is really struggling in the last 10 minutes, or we have issues with the scoreline, we still have something we can do to change. But this is looking at the moment like it could just play out as a nice, easy 2-0 win again. We are not conceding many goals, and that is a really good thing. So Bani Yassin has lost the ball. It's a long ball forward to Al-Nakbi. Good tackle from Majali. Khatib Yassin finds Majali, who's gone for goal, wins the corner. Will we see the corner? Probably not. No. And that's it. Full time, 2-0, just like that. Another comfortable win. And now we're finally on to the game that I've been looking forward to the most. Hopefully we'll be able to just improve on the goal scoring side of things, because we could have had a lot more goals than what we've scored in the last couple of games. It's 6 straight wins. We hopefully will be making it 7. As we just look at the portal and see, we're currently 6 points clear of Dokara, who we play next. There is one team who could come within 3 points of us from behind, and another team within 4 points of us. So not guaranteed that we are 6 points clear, but that's where we are as it stands. I'd rather have the points on the board at this moment. So it's good to see No Flow back in training. He is a pretty key component to our attacking side, so to have seen him out is quite an issue for us. Be good to have him back and doing well. It's been pretty steady so far. We've not pulled up any trees in our victories, but we've not looked really in danger at any point either. So again, looking like a very solid team. It's almost like the Lions relived. We're using a different tactic to the Lions, so I'm quite pleased with that. We've based it on a sort of trying to hold on to possession kind of tactic, and that is where we've left sort of like aimed to go with this. Control possession, create plenty of chances, and obviously we got all the different strings of attack that we've been working on, and seems to be paying dividends very quickly. So we want No Flow in the team, but whether we start him or not is the question. Do you know what? I think I'm going to. I'm going to take the risk with him. He's lacking match sharpness, but I think this is a team that we can afford to have that as a risk. As long as he don't get injured again, that's the biggest worry. We'll only play him for half, and then we'll give Aquaman the second half. So off we go. Anything less than 5 will be a disappointment to me today. So the first highlight of the game, and I think it's going our way. Khatib Aouya goes back to Adwan. Adwan to Rawabda. No flow. Runs into the box. Pulls it back to Yassim and Purev. Badman Yambugim. Purev. And that is 1-0. And the bad man has struck again. So Yassin took a shot. It actually hit Al-Abri, and that kept it out. But Purev was there to volley it home. Nice little finish. 1-0. So let's hope that that's the start of some floodgates now. So it's interesting watching out of possession, what is going to happen. So you've got this guy making a run here. You've got him waiting here and him waiting there. And then we have on the far side somebody completely unmarked. Let's see what they decide to do. They've taken Nabil out wide. And if we look at how we're defending, Nabil's biggest danger here is Nabil running into there. The rest of the guys look pretty well covered. There we go. There he is. Absolutely predicted where that was going to be a danger. And they've gone and scored from it. Not only did I see the danger, I saw the danger man. And it was a nice little finish for Nabil. Credit where it's due. So, Abayadat, Azab, Aouya, Mansour, Al-Khatib has played it against the player and left us struggling to get back now. We've got a man completely unmarked in the middle. Fortunately, he went for goal and Solkhan has the control of the ball again. I mean, I've got to say, this is a different team than what we played in the friendlies. They were so woeful. Yeah, I think being critical of them is a good idea because they have been pretty poor. Should have made a sub as well, actually, but no flow. We'll give him another 10 minutes. So the ball is hoofed long. Mansour wins the header, but it has gone to one of our players. This could be a really bad defeat if we were to lose this. Al-Abri wins the ball. He's got Purev in the middle. They're going to the far post. No flow. Wins the header, and it's gone in. That is exactly one of the strings of attack that I envisaged this tactic fulfilling. A 6-foot striker at the far post with reasonable heading ability. Manages to get it right in the top corner. Clips a crossbar. 2-1. Now, I think we should go for this now. Chuck ourselves at them and see if we can get this game put to bed. So with a long kick forward again, it seems to be their strategy. Purev has done well there, showed good strength. Yes, Yassine, oh yeah. Yassine plays a good ball. Al-Abri picks it up, charging through. Thought he was slotting it home, but he has just shown too much of it to the keeper. But we get to see the corner. What does that mean? Oh. Purev and Yassine not on the right wavelength there. And a bit of a waste. The highlight looks like it's continuing. Albeita wins the ball back. Yassine comes all the way back to Adwan. Mansour plays the ball down. Al-Abri will not collect. And now it could be their attack. No, they've given it away again. Al-Abri picks it up this time. A very long highlight. But a wasted ball from Al-Abri. And the keeper collects. Will the highlight continue? Yes, it does. It's going long again. And we've dealt with it again. Khatib. Yassine. Oh, yeah. Absi. Khatib. Yassine. Purev. In space. Was he onside is the question? It's a corner. Surely that's the end of the highlight. Yes, it is. So Al-Abri picks up the ball. Charging forward. Still going. Al-Abri, he's going all the way. Keeper makes a save. I think it's time for No Flow to come off. He's had longer than I intended for him to have. Tempted to take Purev off as well, but I'm not going to. I think Al-Abri hasn't scored today, so I'll give Majali a run out. It's not that he's played bad, I just think that Majali is a good little player and deserves an opportunity in that position. We tend to play him as the right back when he comes on. And I might add that's a position he can't really play. We'll drop down to balanced. We're only one goal ahead, which is pretty disappointing considering the state of the friendlies. I said I wanted 5 goals, and I'm thankful we've got 2. We have created the chances. So now, we're expecting the long ball forward from Mohammed. We've won the header again. Mansour, what's he going to do with the ball? Plays it to Adwan, to Aouya, to Khatib, to Bani Yassim, who's charging forward, plays Aquaman in. Aquaman, what have you done? How did he miss it? So we've won everything from the goalkeeper's kicks, haven't we? The long ball has definitely not been working for them. Far post again. Albeito, will he go far post? Yes, he will. And not much conviction in the header there from Majali. Probably should have headed it across. But apparently he was offside anyway, so a little bit irrelevant. Purev plays Yassine through, and Yassine's touch was awful. He could have been clean through then. Purev so quick with these passes. Here he is again. His first touch passes are sensational. And he may well have scored here. Yes, he has. It's Badman Yambugi Purev. And that is 3-1 The game is secure with 3 minutes to go. We want more goals, so we're going very attacking. It's great work from Majali, and Purev timed his movement pretty well. And 3-1. Surely that's enough now. They've got the corner. Could be the mistake of being very attacking. We do have that cushion though, so Purev picks it up. He's now got the full length of the pitch to run, all on his own. He's got 3 defenders to deal with. He's cuts it inside and probably was too tired to apply the finish. So we won't criticise him too much for that. He's had a superb game. Couple of goals to his name. That was a real chance for the hat-trick though. Majali can't win the header. Time is running out. We're in the last minute. Mohamed's gone long again. We've won everything today doing that, but this time we haven't. And Ali is having to chase back. We've conceded a silly goal at the end. Firaz Tiabat. And I think we need to just go defensive for this last few moments. So one time we haven't won the ball from the long kick. And it's let us down big time. But it was the last chance of the game, and in the end, it's a comfortable win, but we made it look a little bit harder and a little bit closer by conceding that goal right at the depth. Probably my fault, though, if I'm honest. So Purev has shined, and we'll give him a little bit of praise for the way that he's played. I mean, look at that. He's averaging 750. He's got 6 goals and 2 assists. He is flourishing in a new league. They're playing 4-2-4. I might match them up with our tactics and go for the other tactic that we used to play with the Lions. It's a bit of a risky decision, but I think it might be a good matchup for their tactic. So Ghazi is back as well, although I don't think he's going to be fit enough to play. I did just see an injury, though. Oh, it's Rawabda. Hopefully he'll be fit to play again. I was going to take Al-Abri off, but actually, he looks quite adept to that position. Swap Ghazi and Kouamala. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one here. Ah, right, okay. So, we need to get that on combined. And then no flow needs to be over there. Al-Abri to there. That's... So, I knew something wasn't right there. So, Alia can go to there. And I'm going to give Kouamala Harris a go. Oh, no, I won't. I'll go quite... T-Shat. I'm not sure how we're going to pronounce that. Is it Keyshat or T-Shat? Which is the silent one, the Q or the T? So they're not used to playing this tactic, so we will have to assess how it's going. But I think it's a tactic. They've not actually gone for the tactic I thought they would either. So that may be an issue. We'll give it 20 minutes, see what it's like. But probably, if we're going to change it, we'll change it at half time. So it's a very even game. So I don't think we'll be sticking with it beyond the first half. We've not seen many highlights either, which is neither a plus or a negative at the moment. You know, I don't think 0-0 would be the worst result in the world. So we're going to go back to the original tactic, which means that Al-Abri will need to go over there. No flow over there. Katim to there. And... oh, I didn't keep the blowing guy on the pitch, which was not clever. We'll let Ghazi come on and play in that role. Bani Yassim is okay in that role, so that's where we'll leave it. And we'll just give the guys a little bit of encouragement, so that they can make the difference. Rawabda is on a yellow card, so we'll have to keep an eye on that situation. And I think they are beginning to look a little bit more dangerous now, so we'll switch to cautious. Purev's having a bit of a poor game, it's got to be said. So let's make the change. And in possession, I'm going to put us a target forward. And Hugh Mohammed out of possession. centre forward outlet. So, or do we just put centre forward? Yeah, so we'll go with that. That'll do. And confirm changes. Looking like a 0-0 at this rate, and it has been a mega 0-0. I don't think there's been a single highlight. Never seen that before. Pretty sure we didn't have a single highlight in the whole game. I know I said we'd take a 0-0, but that's ridiculous. So, a ball draw, if ever I've seen one. We're 12 games unbeaten now, so... And we have a cup game to come up next. What I'm going to do is... I'm going to holiday forward to the next game and go and make myself a brew. And I'll just leave you guys with my intro music, so you've got something to listen to. But just give myself 5 minutes to go get a drink, and then we'll be back ready for the cup game. Won't be long. I'll see you shortly. Okay, so we're back, happy and handsome, and ready to go. Appreciate you for sticking around, and hope you're enjoying the content. Oh, okay, so let's get through this. We've got Hazim's not training very well, so let's have a quick chat with him. Miscellaneous, no interaction. One, criticize training. Disappointing with your training. So, yeah, get on with it. Next message. Ghazi gets a wage hike. He's now on £160 per week. Well done. So, Al-Kowalda has picked up a bit of a knock. I think I saw one there, but I missed it when we were going through about us breaking a record or something. So we've got 12 unbeaten there. Regular news wound up. Wound up. No, I can't see it. I must have imagined it. But we do want to go back to our original tactic for this one. We'll do quick pick just to see who it thinks is the best in the squad. Ghazi's not going to have the start. He's still coming back from injury. But he will take that position. And then we've got to get Mohammed in there. So, yeah, Sukwa come out for Mohammed. He's our striker when we play the striker. So you'll have to deal with it because that's the way it is. It's like that, and that's the way it is. So we are favourites and should be winning comfortably. This is another cup match for us. Nice to have the pressure of the league just lifted off us for a moment. So we're 12 minutes in, we got our first real highlight. Aquaman is charging forward with the ball. Mansour has the ball. Plays it out to Alya, who's curled. Brilliant effort from Alya then. Not renowned for his attacking abilities, but that was an excellent effort. So Al-Abri swings in a free kick. It's headed out. It comes out to Purev on the... Oh, what a goal from Badman Jan Bugen Purev. What a finish from the young lad. Taking his position way out of the area. But as the ball came back out, he was able to pick it up, take it into space, and with his left foot find the top corner. Absolute top bins. Fantastic goal. Well done, Purev. Al-Absi's on the floor looking injured. That's not good. As they begin to bring the ball forward. We're technically down to 10 men at the moment. It's a well-worked move. He looked like he ran out of space, but then he managed to get across to the far post, and Sarham has slotted it home. Tariq Al-Sarham. And that's 1-1. Good finish by them. Let's hope it's not a double sucker punch and we lose Al-Absi. I think I'm allergic to not winning. Got the sneezes. So, Bani Yassim. Hopefully they'll put a cure to my allergy here with a goal. Al-Yabsi carrying a knock, but continuing on an aim for half-time. Aquaman picks up the ball. Comes inside. Does a good job and slots it home nicely. What a finish from Aquaman. Gets in there. We're off to Wembley. Or whatever the Jordanian version of Wembley is. It's where we're going. So Alya finds Al-Absi again. Good ball to Mansour, making a good run on the right. Gets the ball across, and Badman Yambugim Porev makes it 3-1, his second of the game. Another superb performance from the young lad. And the Mongolian is on tour with me and doing a fantastic job, proving to be an excellent purchase for the club. I was a little bit in doubt of how well he would do moving out of Mongolia, but so far he's been absolutely excellent. And hopefully when Gambat arrives, he will settle in just as well. Porev plays the ball to Mansour. Mansour again, will he be looking for Porev? He's come to Alya. Alya now goes for goal again. I think he's seen blood from the last time when he hit the post. I mean, good first half, really. They've had one shot and one goal, but other than that, we're absolutely in charge of the game, really. So we're going to take off Al-Absi because he's picked up a knock. We'll put No Flow in and put No Flow on the left and Aquaman on the right. I think Aquaman prefers the right anyway. He's got a goal already, which is good. And I'm going to give Abu Hassim the goalkeeper. I should have put him in from the start, if I'm honest. But he is the cup goalkeeper. And I may even give him another game in the league to compensate for forgetting. So, Kowalda, with a free kick, plays it to Alya. Gives it to Porev. Gives it to Yassine, who finds Porev again. Good run, good movement. Should have been his hat-trick. What a spooner. I mean, that's his easiest chance, I think, and he's managed to miss it. So Albeta, the ball is coming out, but it's going to come back in with Uabda. Uabda found Yassim, Aoya, and Kowalda. Albeta comes out wide to Aoya, who has his third attempt from distance of the game. He's determined to get a goal from distance today, Aoya. The left back, Albeta, is looking tired, so we've taken him off for Al-Majali. Put Al-Majali on the right and Mansour on the left. Here's no flow. Mansour gets tackled, but no flow gets the ball, and great ball from Yassin. Aquaman should score, and that is 4-1. Saved by Yassin with a superb, absolutely brilliant little ball over the top. Look at how perfectly weighted it was. And Aquaman took it down well and slotted it in at the near post. Me personally, I'd have gone far post, but who am I to criticise a good goal? So, Yassin with the corner. Finds Purev. Purev cuts inside. That is nicely done. And he's found Aquaman, who gives it back to Purev, who comes back to Yassin. And Yassin gets himself a goal with bad man Yambugin. Purev as the provider this time. He's got a hat-trick of goal... goal events if he's not scored all three. But in fairness, I think Yassin's pretty close there as well, isn't he? So he's got 2. So no flow. We have 5 goals on, maybe looking to make it 6 before the end of the game. Aquaman plays the ball. Purev, will it be his hat-trick? It's a corner. He's just got beaten to the ball by the defender. And that should be that. I think we're going to see the full-time whistle. Yes, we are. 34 shots and 5 goals. I'll take that. So we were expected to win that game, in fairness, and we've done it nicely. Same guy is doing so well in all the games. Purev. It's going to be difficult for Ghazi to get back in now because he's done so well. But I just want to, while I think on, give our reserve keeper a bit of a run out, Hazim. He played the second half in that game, and he's 34 years old. He should be good enough to be trusted, but we want to give him a little go. We need to have a look, sort of assess where the teams are that we're about to play as well, because that could be important with where we're coming up to for this next one. So if we look at the teams coming up, Al Sahan are 3rd. So if we get a win against them, that would put us in a real dominant position. But a draw is probably a definite target in that game. Kusum are 8th out of 14, so very mid-table. Al Saria, they are fifth. Feel like we've already played them. And then Ma'an are second. So we have some big games coming up. Let's go back to our. So we played Ma'an and drew 1-1. And Al Saria we beat 2-1. And I'd definitely settle for those scores again in our current position. So we don't know exactly who we're playing yet. It's either Shahab Al Orden or Marj Am Haman in the Jordan FA Cup 4th round. Not getting a lot of love in the chat tonight. I think there must be somebody big streaming because yeah, so there's not anyone I know who's big, but yeah, usually I get a few more people popping in and saying hello, but the chat's not been very lively at all tonight. As we review team selection, just looking to see if anybody. So Odd One is on international duty again. Who is he international for? Why Jordan always playing international games? Seem to be forever on international duty. So I've got to bring No Flow in for Aquaman. That's the only change I'm going to get. Aquaman will feel a bit hard done by because he scored a couple of goals in the cup. Alberta's looking really tired. I've got to say, we literally don't have a replacement for Alberta, do we? I don't really know who to play there. Al Majali will have to be the one, I suppose. I think we'll switch him and Mansour over. May not be idealist, but Alberta's looking pretty tired, if I'm honest. I just wondered if we got a under 21 who's any good, who can play defender left. He's injured. That's what the problem is, isn't it? So yeah, so that's it. We haven't got a choice really. Go for the standard one. We haven't done it for a while. Well, it's raining. Never seen rain on Football Manager 26. So Mansour is not going to like being there, but he's played a long ball forward, which wasn't very good. It was a pointless highlight. We'll get ourselves into a more relaxed position, and hopefully, beyond all hope, we'll see a goal soon. So that's a good ball. And they've pulled it back, hit their own man. And I think we've got a corner. At early doors, we look like we're struggling here. We'll drop to cautious. This is the first team that has dominated us. Like I said, very definitely take a draw here. Wabda has picked up a yellow card. Do without going down to 10, that would be a disaster. Another highlight. Long ball forward, dealt with by Kawalda. Al-Abri. Plays it to Alia. Khatib with a good ball, Al-Abri. Good control. Brings it inside. Purev's found a little bit of space here and he's charged through. And he slots it home. Badman Yambugan. Purev. It is 1-0 against the runner play, it has to be said. But Badman Yambugan Purev has slotted it at home. And that is a fantastic goal. Pablo Henrique, who sounds very Jordanian, has got his head in his hands after that. A corner before half-time. Headed over. Hopefully that will be it for the first half. Yes, it will. And we can be very happy with that, but it is a bit of a challenging game. You're doing well. Keep going till full time, I think we'll say. And then I'm going to drop him back to there. And bring Bani Yassim into there. I think that's it. Can Alia play okay as a defensive midfielder? Yes, he can. So he can stay there, I think. Al-Absi's looking very tired. So that's not good. As is Mansour. So Al-Baita can come on for him. And yeah, I think we're struggling for fitness today because of the cup game. Purev swings the ball out to Majali. Al-Majali. Played a low ball in, but it wasn't a very good one. Now he's got to chase all the way back. In fairness to him, he is running as hard as he can. And they've gone and scored. It's offside. Thank goodness for that. But I just want to give a shout out to Al Majali there. He lost the ball and chased it the full length of the pitch to get back. That is the kind of work ethic that I like. So well done, Aquaman. Al Majali again involved. Alia. Al Khatib. Aquaman again. Purev. Purev. Al Yassin. No flow. He's in space. Can he finish it? Yes, he can. And that is 2-0. Safe Bani Yassin provides for No Flow, who tucks it home nicely. And somehow, right against it, we've been in this game. And we have somehow managed to get a 2-goal lead. This would be an amazing victory in the context of the season. So we've definitely come back into this game now. We were getting hammered in the first half, but we definitely seem to have changed the course of this game. We've got a 2-goal lead and had nearly as many chances as they've had. Bani Yassin wins the ball back. Khatib, Purev sends Yassin through. Yassin, loads of time and space. Calm as you like. Bani Yassin slots in a goal. Purev with the assist this time. And that is 3-0. Al-Abri are looking sensational all of a sudden. I mean, this is a standout scoreline here, isn't it? This is one of our best performances because this is a team in third place who have looked really dangerous to us, and yet somehow we've come out from the pressure and got ourselves into a really good position, and it could get even better here as Aquaman slots it home. 4-0. It's unbelievable, this. Now, we've got some very tired players with 14 minutes to go, but I've only got one substitution left. And I'm going to take off Khatib, put Bani Yassin there. And I'm going to let Ghazi have the sort of attacking role of the two midfielders, Purev and Ghazi. I mean, Purev was involved in that again, wasn't he? No flow. And Yassim, it was deflected in fairness, but sorry, Aquaman. It was deflected, but it was a good finish either way. So Majali, a long ball forward. Aquaman will chase. He's not going to get there though. Pablo Henrique, a very Jordanese named player. Jordanian, Jordanese. What is that? Oh, they've hit the post. How did they not? What are you doing, keeper? Diving after the ball as it the post had already come out. And there we go, 4-0. Sensational. It just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it, this? Who's going to get the plaudits this time? It looks like no flow. So we'll praise him. And he got his goal as well. I mean, look at this. We've got players who have been recommended to us, but we don't need them, do we? We are absolutely cruising this league at the moment. So we've got a 4-point lead at the top of the league, but the more important one is the 7 points. We are clear of Al Sanan, Al Sahad, should I say. Potentially, we could be down to 6 points from Dokura, but I think at the moment we can be reasonably happy with where we are. We've got two game advantage really over everybody. If we can keep this up, we could well be in the Pro League at the first attempt. It's got to be the plan. Nobody really predicted it from us, but we're looking good at the moment. I can't give Mansour a rest today. Doesn't necessarily look like he needs it. Albeita's still not looking fully fit, so he could well be coming back on again for him. Isrewa is coming back. He's not quite fit enough yet, but when is his expected return? 1 day. Do you know what? I might put him on the bench. No, I won't. I'll let him recover. I think I'm going to give Ghazi another game, but it's going to have to be in the position behind Purev. Purev's doing too well to lose that position as the main goal scoring threat. So this one's more important than the last one for a win, really. We got the win in the last one, where a draw was probably like the minimum we would have needed. So I would say if we drew this, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But really, we should, after winning the last game, we should be beating this team too. Yassin, Purev, Bani Yassin, Ghazi. Khatib plays a long ball forward to Al-Abri. Majali charging through. Looks for a chip to Yassim, who's outside the area. Slots it home. This 17-year-old is proving to be exceptional. I mean, it's a beautifully little chipped ball out. Very creative with the idea, isn't he? So, and it's slotted into the corner. Very impressive goal. And 4 minutes in, we have the lead. So we lost the header in the box there, which is a bit disappointing, but we have pretty short defenders, so it's probably not a surprise. Fortunately, it was nowhere near the goal. They are actually having more shots than us, so we have to be aware of that. Drop it to balanced in the hope that we can just get ourselves in control of this game a little bit more. One more goal and I think we'll cruise to victory. Al-Abri skins his man, charging down the wing now, cutting inside. He's got players to pull it back to. He's found Yassine again and oh, Yassine. What did you do there? That should have been his second goal of the game. Al-Khatib. And Majali made a good overlapping run but did not get used. No flow, Al-Baita. Al-Baita cuts inside. Squares the ball and Al-Abri with the simplest of touches makes it 2-0. I think that was an important goal just to make sure that we had that little bit of daylight between ourselves and the opposition. Then by no means out of this game. But Al-Abri with another goal. We've got a few goal scorers in this league, in this team, haven't we? And they're not all coming from the attacking players. Yassine has proven really good at finding the back of the net. So you're doing brilliantly. That's all I can say on that. Al-Baita is still the most tired, but we'll keep him off for now. I think I might give Rabata a bit of a rest because he was looking a bit tired there. Ghazi has the ball, gives it to Purev. Purev, nice little footwork, gives it to Majali. Majali will try and run down the wing, but does get dispossessed. Odd one. Not our odd one, but their odd one. This is nice passing movement from the opponents here, and they have taken a shot, but Abu Hazim is equal to it. Having a nice little run in the side, isn't he? Ahmed. Odd one. Our odd one. Khatib. Bani Yassine. Al-Baita. Hello, Only Looney. Nice to see you. You be a bot, I assume. So we do that. And Ali Zatara has scored. It's a nice finish. Beautifully chipped. Hazim does seem to have a goal concession in him, doesn't he? No flow. Brings it down the left. Comes out to Al-Baita. Ghazi. Finds Al-Abri. Well, look at that for a finish. Mohammed Al-Abri, what a goal that is. Take a bow. A little bit of a shuffle and these celebrations are done. I mean, look at that. Stopped it with his left foot, swung with his right. Beautiful goal. Al-Baita plays it to Yassin. Korev. Al-Abri. Ghazi. Al-Abri sort of gets in the way of the pass a little bit, but it must have been meant for him. Al-Ghazi. Yassin. Porev's through. Porev forces a save from the keeper. So Yassin lost the ball there and a bit of a poor pass. I think we're going to have to make a couple of changes soon. I think Aquaman will be coming on. Al-Abri will be going off, but he scores here and he won't be very happy. Well, he's already got 2 goals actually. Could have done with him scoring there because then he might be less annoyed when I take him off. So Al-Baita will come off for Mansour. Aquaman for Al-Abri. That's the changes for this game. So Yassin plays it to Al-Baita. Will be coming off next time the ball goes out. Plays a beautiful ball to No Flow. He's got 2 players to aim at. Ghazi was not one of them, but he slotted that home absolutely beautifully. Look at this for a finish. Left-footed from Ghazi, and 4-1. We are looking sensational. Good tackle. Majali, Ghazi. Khatib and Yassin combining. No Flow. No Flow charging forward. Gives it to Mansour. Mansour plays it back to Khatib. Gives it to Yassin. Sends No Flow through. No Flow can't miss, but does. I mean, we look good, don't we? Porev's been quiet today. It'd be nice to see him get on the score sheet. Especially with Ghazi breathing down his neck. So, Zatari. Good ball to Mohammed. Hits the post. The ball is not yet dealt with. Could be coming back in again. We haven't got any more subs. I was just checking. I was hopeful that we did, but we'll drop to defensive for the last 10 minutes. We've got a comfortable lead. So we could afford 2 goals and still not lose the game. So we're very comfortable. Hopefully we can see it out. Yassin, or even better, get another goal. Mansour gives it to Khatib. Back to Mansour. No Flow. No Flow skins past his man again and again, but poor effort with the shot. I mean, I'd take that as another awesome performance. I don't think we've lost yet, have we? I'm pretty sure we haven't lost. Couple of draws, but the rest has just been wins all the way. So if we go to Portal and look at this now, 13 games. So we're halfway through the season, 26 in total, and we've got 33 points. Just 3 draws and 10 victories. I think that we're going to leave it there. I think I've had a good night. It's been a bit too quiet on the chat, so which is a little bit disappointing, but that's nothing we can do about that. We'll we've definitely furthered our case for getting promoted in the first season. Trying to remember where we started today. It was I think it was this 2-0, wasn't it? Asala. Then we won 3-2 against Al Karmal. I was hopeful we would get better than that. And then a 0-0 against a difficult Decorah side before we started the run of absolute annihilations with Sama in the cup. Al Sahan, who was supposed to be one of the better teams in the league, and then 4-1 against Kufsum. And I would say that has been a pretty productive stream. We've got maybe another 2 streams worth of this season to go. Well, things are looking very, very good. So if you're watching this after the event, or you are just lurking in the background and that I don't know about, I thank you for watching this stream today, and I hope you enjoy the content, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again. Bye.